Hey, good afternoon. It's 53 degrees in Florida. Got a black hat on, a black leather coat, my gray fleece jacket. I'm pretty good. My ears were a little cool to begin with. Little nose walk, but it's good. My wife was like, well, taking a short walk. Got a leather coat, has a place for pocket for my water. Can't beat that. Brought a little protein bar in my Ziploc baggie. I head to the pool and sit down maybe. See, Florida. Walking in Florida. The basic rule was always at some point in the day in Florida, it's 70-some degrees. It's nice, 72, 73, sometime during the day. In the summertime, it might be twilight still in the morning, and you know it's going to 90 later with high humidity. But it's 70-some degrees. It's nice walking weather. You set a little alarm on your phone, boom. You can walk, ride, jog, whatever you want to do. Nice day for it. People play golf all day. Get their tea time when the weather's right. Work around the weather. You get up in the morning, you do your work, and you get back in that air conditioning. Do a little yard work, whatever you want to do. Now the little breeze is hitting me. It's not a big breeze, just a little breeze. Wake you up in the afternoon. But yeah, there's the bright Florida sun and normal trees. See, Florida has normal trees. They got the palms. A lot of them are planted in neighborhoods because we're a little further from the coast. And you get normal looking trees that I was used to in North Carolina. Those types. Not a lot of pine trees, but some. Here's one. Yeah. We got them. It's not a big deal. I encourage you to get out and walk. Just getting some exercise, even in the cool days when you know it's not going to get beyond 53. 53 is the high today. There's a big cold front going over the country. I mean, they're getting snow like crazy everywhere. And it's crazy. And we're watching the news like, yeah. I sent a little suggestion, the Max app, the old HBOMAX. They're working on their CNN for the channel. And there's a great little news source called 5 Things you need to check out if you have Max. And it's like a quick update of the 5 most important stories in the news. And I was like, it's great. I mean, a lot of times we would get breakfast ready and want to watch a little something real quick while we eat. And you want to keep it 30 minutes or less, or 15 minutes. That's YouTube, baby. Anything on YouTube can be any amount. You just look at the time index and go, yeah, I'll watch that. And you're done. And 5 Things was quick. It was great for just sitting back and watching. So I encourage you in your walks. And we're talking 5 Things. I sent them a suggestion. I said, look, you should just I know it's hard to advertise around, but you need to embrace it like it's, people are going to watch it. They are going to and they're going to change if you don't have something else for them to watch after that. So you have to kind of push people up ahead, going the other way. You have to push some of your other programming during 5 Things. You kind of have little messages going off on the side, maybe a little in between each story as the little anchors talking. You have something going on. I'm telling you more than I told Max. I mean, and you got to have an AM show, you got to have a noon show, you got to have an evening show. Just 5. And you don't have to have the top talent on this. You don't have to spend a lot of money on the talent. I mean, anybody that's new can write the 5 Things and they can edit it. And you can keep using a lot of the same edits for the next one and the next one as you add 1 or 2 more stories and take away 1 or 2 stories. It is nippy. But you just trying to think how I'll do this. Let me turn around in a second. Because I want to go towards the pool. I can go around the longer way. That's okay. Okay, so the thing with 5 things, yes, the nose is starting to run a little bit. But I like it. See, the color black absorbs light, which means it warms you up. I used to wear this coat at work. I'd go outside and eat lunch to get away from everybody. And get, especially the customers. Sorry, customers, but you can be a bother. And I would sit in the sun, and this black coat just absorbed the sunlight and warm me up. And I could go out there when it was really cold, and I'd be fine. That's the trick. In Florida, you wear a lot of light colors in the summer because it reflects the light and keeps you cooler. In the winter, those old black shirts and things, throw it on real quick. Get out there. Cool day, a cool walk. I've had black t-shirts on. That works. But anyway, back to 5 things on Max. You know, they could use that. If people get hooked on it, you use it as your anchor to get people to watch. You know, they make a little announcement and stay tuned for such and such news coming up next. And mention some other things you could watch. Or if there's a snow thing, if there's a documentary on one of those Discovery Channel shows they have on Max, mention that. Say, tune into that, click here, and watch this, hosted by so-and-so, or whatever. It's important for Warner Brothers and Max. Zaslav, he wants to make some money, and he probably sees 5 things as like, ugh, I don't know how I'm gonna make money on it. Well, learn how to make money on it. It's a 5-minute newscast. Instead of 5 things, they could have another version that's a little longer, right? Until the point where you've got a 30-minute show. Join the news looping at 24/7. Those are always popular. People love tuning into those 24-hour news shows, constantly bouncing back and forth, sports, weather, stories. Just shorten everything up for the YouTube crowd, where they can just tune in. They can hit the 5 things if they want the 5 things. If they want, you'd have another name for it, something else things, 30 things, 10 things. Break the news down to a little quick news show and loop it. Keep going. Get those people that want to be journalists. I'm a journalist. I can work at CNN. Well, good. We're not going to pay you a lot, but we're going to put you on the air. You're working weekends, okay? And you're writing, and you're editing, and you're doing any other thing you can do. Doing live reports at we'll get you out in the snow during the hurricane. Those guys, you remember those guys on the local news? They were always out there getting shot at, or fires, or hurricanes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, look at Anchorman 2. That was such a funny movie. And it pretty much predicted CNN. It not predicted it. I mean, they took advantage of CNN and pretended they invented it, or type thing. And it was that short, quick, here's the sports, home run, way, and then back to you. I was like, oh no. It was great fun. So, maybe CNN needs to do an Anchorman thing. They'll relook at themselves. They can do the 30-minute stories, sure. They're interesting, but can you click away from them? How are you? Hello, good. Yes, a walker, that's a stick. Get your stick to keep you going. Yeah, it's like having a little cane if you need it. And a stick, those walking sticks. Smart, keep you going. Speeds you up a little bit. They say technically 3 to 4 miles per hour is the correct walking speed if you can do it. If you can do it. We're not doing it right now, I don't think. I think this is probably more like 3 to 4 miles an hour. Kind of that fast pace every once in a while. You don't have to do it forever. They say if you're having trouble talking, you're probably going a little too fast. But if you can still talk, that's good. You're not getting winded, things like that. So let's walk across this cul-de-sac. Head back. Yeah. So that was my theory on 5 things. I sent them a little email to do it, like 3 times a day, every day. They do it now, like in the morning. And I think they did have those noon and different versions of 5 things out at one time, a long time ago. But they need to just look at it as a must thing to do. It's a low profit item, but it pays off with the fact everyone watches it. And have like a quick button on the Max app where they open it up. And there you can just get your news. Boom, just like that. You don't even have to think about it. And during that little 5 things, quick story, you can have them talk about something that's on next, or why you're having that, why you're watching Golden Globe winner Colin Farrell is the Penguin, yes, under all that prosthetic makeup. Mention something, promote something. Have stuff going on in the background coming up on Max tonight. Remember when Max was the place to go to for the movie of the night, Saturday night? Da-da-da, da-da-da, that HBO logo and the sound. That was the place to be, man. All those new movies that Saturday night was a big deal. So, got people talking. Yeah, I'm being nosy. You see, when you walk, you get to be nosy. How you doing? You wave. Yeah. How's it going? There you go. I'm feeling warm. You're getting warmed up walking. Walk a little faster. It warms you up. Yeah, I'm not cold at all now. Sometimes you need a little extra air. Cool you off. That was good. Okay. just a little cool. That's the way to go. Wait, don't you agree? I mean, if Max, you do a quick news show, you pop out 5 quick stories, and call it 5 things max. 5 max. And make the other one 10 things, and throw in the weather and the sports, the things people tune in. Everyone wants local news. I know that. And Haystack News does a great job with that. I like my Haystack News. YouTube does a great job. You can just type in a story you want to see. You should subscribe to your local newscast. They have their own little YouTube channel thing. It shows clips. You just subscribe to that and watch those. And you can get caught up on your local stuff. But for most of us, my wife will say, well, I always used to listen to the local news on my way to work on the radio. Yeah, that works too. Radio, podcast, little things like that. You get used to all that. You can just do what's on the locals. That's how the radio could keep going, keep pushing the fact, do their little shows, and say, hey, we got a clip for you. Quick news on your way to work. Put it in your podcast player. They have playlists on podcast players, a lot of them. You could literally make a playlist. I want to see this first, listen to this first, listen to that, and then listen to that. And then I'm at work. Boom. Right? I've done that before. I've got playlists. When I was traveling a lot, I would just put on my playlist and let it go. And I have Overcast on my iPhone. That's a great app for iPhone. And you can make playlists. You can make priority podcasts that always start first. You can do all sorts of little tricks like that. So, and my biggest gripe with Max on that 5 things was it would sort of work like, a streaming service where you had to resume a show. It would keep up with that. And it'd be Tuesday morning, let's watch 5 things. And it was, if you shut it off too early, it would want to resume Mondays. And I'm like, stop it. Just program the damn thing so that it will start Tuesday morning. You've already watched enough of it that it doesn't count anymore. If they want to see Mondays, they can go manually into all the episodes and see Monday. And you save a few for leftovers, so people can watch some of the old things, see what their friends talk about. Say, hey, did you see this? And hopefully they will say, did you see this on Max? And that'll be a foot in the door for Max, for everyone to get Max. Duh. And in the afternoon at lunch, if you want to just grab a sandwich or snack and you just look down. I mean, sometimes we'd go out and grab something to eat, and I'd put on, not to my wife's delight, but she'd watch it, Haystack News, and we'd watch some news stories. They just do quick clips from different, all over the place. And Max could do that. 10 things, Max, 10 Max. And you just do news. And loop it and keep going 24/7. I'm being recorded, it said. Oh, cool. The house has a camera and records you. I'm gonna record them back. You're being recorded too. Oh boy. That was the biggest arc I had with it. You got to know your audience. You got to know that most people are going to click on it and want that sucker to start on the current episode. They don't want to go back and forth and fight it and say, I just watched this yesterday. I watched this morning. I want to see the afternoon one. You've got to get it right. Convenient, easy. And I know the people that's also like, oh, you make them watch the last one again and watch the new one. No. Get it right and make it enjoyable for people, and then throw your little ads in and throw in some extra stuff that supports Max to keep them on Max. Because the trick with these streaming services, the reason they're merging all this crap, is to get you to stay on that streaming service. Have a music channel maybe. People want to listen to music all day. Have a quick button for music, a quick button for sports, maybe a quick button to jump onto the weather channels. So all they have to do is hit it and see what the weather is, and hit it again and go back to Max. Not the weather channel, but a little box would open up in Max. It's part of Max CNN, and it shows the local weather in your area. And it knows where you are because of your IP address. So it could just find where you are like your phone does and say, this is your weather for the day. It doesn't have to be a big song and dance with. You could AI that, you could fake it. Have somebody, you don't need a person for that. You just show us the weather. And at 3 o'clock it might rain, and this. Just have it all right there real quick. And if they want more details, they can stay on the app and click on the Max Weather app. Max Weather. And have little, everyone's talking about, well, maybe they should redesign some of these apps. Yeah, you should. You should have a 5 things button, a music button, a weather button, 10 things button. That's quick and easy to get to and start your day. That's the big deal. You're starting your day with Max. You're ending your day. You get home, get everybody used to watching a little click of the news. Let's see, and they all family together. Actually get them to watch those interesting stories. Right? And then you put your A-list people on Monday, tell them your new job. Everybody's going to be doing it. 5 things, 10 things, whatever. And we're going to keep filming it and broadcasting it. And if we have to jump from anchor to anchor and replay 1 or 2 of the old stories to fill in the gaps, that's fine. Because that's a cheap way to do it. And you're not going to get a lot extra for that. Tough love. Got to save the news business. So, let me know what you think of that. If you got any connections with people that work over at Max and HBO related to Zaslav, tell them, hey, get this thing together, give it a try. Jeez, how much can it cost to have a couple editors working on 5 things 3 times a day, or a 24/7 show that just shows clips all day long and bounces back and forth? You don't have to have somebody live constantly introducing things, just constant news updates, Max update, news updates, and constantly pushing new stuff, pull out old stuff. You know, you can't have one from yesterday that talks about something that happened when you've got a new clip that shows what's currently going on. You know, unless you've got a real interesting story, like, you know, bridge out from natural disaster, and we've got more on that bridge out, and you could have 2 or 3 clips running at once if it's a really big deal. But, you know, kind of replace the old stuff off and see more clips. You know, they can click on Max, they can stay on Max and see more clips. Sure, they can. You're not throwing them out. They're just old clips. They can watch 24 hours earlier clips or something. That's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Keep it current. Keep it going. Keep it 24/7. Always update. Pushing in new content. So every time they tune in, they're getting the new stories, getting the new updates, new clips, new stuff to watch that they didn't see before. It's got to be quick because they'll lose their attention if it's an old clip. You have to get them on that clip, off the clip, on something new, and have a little, maybe a coming up story about, updated story about this, an updated story about that. That'd be good. So get out and walk, get some fitness in, and let people at Max know what you want to keep yourself on that channel, right? I mean, more House of the Dragon. That's what I want.